welcome back to Morning Coffee. Megan here. If you are new to Morning Coffee, thank you so much for being here. On this channel, we talk about organization, productivity, planning, and personal growth. Today, we're going to be talking about productivity and time management. I have been reading the book Getting Things Done by David Allen, and it is literally changing my life. This system is basically transformed the way that I keep track of everything that I have to do. And I am going to almost be doing a series on my channel of tips related to this book. Because it's made such a difference for me, I'm hoping it can make a difference for you. So this will be the first in the series that I will be talking about tips in getting things done. If you like getting things done, make sure you subscribe to this channel so that you get content from me and notified every single time I post another video that'll help you pursue your own version of more and love the way that you feel while you do it. Getting Things Done by David Allen is almost like a cult-like following in the productivity community. If you look up Getting Things Done, there's like apps and lots of videos here on YouTube about the system. The people who adopt it really treat it like a lifestyle. So it's a bit of a cult classic when it comes to the book. I was actually given the book by my boss, and I was intrigued by it, but I had no idea what I was getting when I opened this book. When I read books, I actually underline things that I think are important or quotes that I like, the way that someone says something. I've basically underlined this whole book, and that is how much I loved it. If you would like to read the book, totally go for it. But if you're not a nerd when it comes to productivity, this book could be a little bit dense and overwhelming. I can see how someone who wasn't a complete and total fanatic about productivity like I am wouldn't love this in terms of actually sitting through it and reading it. There's a lot of time spent in the book on the whys behind the system, and even I found myself getting towards the middle being like, okay, just tell me what to do. Yes, I'm buying what you're selling. You've convinced me. Just tell me what to do. I want to get started. Tell me what to do. And so if reading isn't your favorite thing, or if dense, nerdy type reading like this isn't for you, I would suggest going to his website. They have installation guides and methodology guides that are PDF downloads that you can buy on his website for like $10 a piece. It would be like a quick start guide to implementing this. And if that's not an option for you, hang around to listen to the videos that I'm going to be sharing in my Getting Things Done series to give you all of the hints and tricks that you can use to implement the system into your life in a quicker way than reading the whole book. So today I'm going to start with his idea of inboxes. So you're probably familiar with the term inbox when you think about your email inbox, or maybe at work or at home you still have the paper inbox. Essentially, in his system, an inbox is anything that contains information about things that you have to do. And so obviously an email inbox is a good example of this that we're all familiar with. But there are other inboxes in our lives, things that may not present as an inbox that contain things that we have to do. So today I'm going to share with you the inboxes that I've identified in my life, and hopefully they'll give you some tips on how you can identify inboxes in your own life. So let's start with, why are inboxes important? In David Allen's management system, the basic premise is that in order to feel like you can be present in the moment, in order to be able to feel like you can pivot and adjust and handle things throughout the day, and to be able to know if you're working on the right things, you have to have a way to keep track of every single thing that you have to do in your life. you have to keep a trusted system that tracks all of the things that you have to do. When you track all of the things that you have to do in a trusted system somewhere, you allow your brain to stop thinking of all of those things unconsciously, and you free up your mental and sort of spiritual energy to be able to focus on whatever is in front of you in the moment. And the only way to keep a system like that is to have trusted places where you go to check for things that you need to do. On the practical side and the actionable side for everyone watching this video, I made a list of my life inboxes, and I keep it here in a notebook where I can reference it every time I'm sitting down to brainstorm my to-dos or plan my week. Another idea might be to put it on an index card like this and slip it in the front of your planner or your bullet journal or wherever you keep your to-do lists, if you will. So as I go along in this video, get out a piece of paper, take down a list of your life's inboxes. So my first is actually a physical inbox. Let me grab it. This is a paper inbox tray that actually sits on the shelf that is right by the door to my home office. And I keep this there for a reason. This is where I deposit any mail that comes in that contains something for me to do, whether it's a medical bill that I need to keep, whether it's, new insurance cards that I need to put in my wallet in, January, or an invitation to a party or something like that, a receipt that I want to keep, for example. I put it in that inbox so that I know any sort of paper that contains something that has to get done for me is living in one specific place. So I actually have a whole video on my channel about how I control paper clutter. I'm going to link that up in the description box above if you want to dig into a little bit more about how I control paper clutter in my own life. But that is the first inbox on my list. I have an actual physical paper inbox that I keep in my office. So that is my life inbox, number one. My second inbox is sort of along those lines, but it's actually my kitchen counters / hall table. So in his book, when you start gathering all of the things that you need to do, David Allen recommends checking your surfaces. Checking the surfaces in your home, checking the surfaces in your office, your desk at work, etc. for things that you have to do. Maybe you have a box of nails sitting there that you ordered for a home project and they just need to get put away into your utility closet until you're ready to use them. Maybe there's some insurance forms that you have to fill out for work sitting on the counter. Maybe you have borrowed a soup ladle from your mom and you have to take it back to her. Those kinds of things can be sitting out in the surfaces of your home. And so I write down kitchen counters / our hall table, our hall entry table as an inbox because there might be things sitting around in there that need to get done. And so that is my life inbox number 2, the surfaces in your space. And this is sort of like an extra added bonus to checking the surfaces in your home. When you remove all of those things to process them as part of your to-dos, you're kind of cleaning up your space. Surfaces, I feel, have a huge impact on how I feel about my space. And so that's sort of an added bonus to going through your life inbox counters because you sort of clear out that clutter, your space automatically looks clean, and you feel better. My third inbox is one that you may not think of, and that is my car. I don't know about you, and honestly, we are in the middle of quarantine here in 2020, so you may not be using your car much. I work in the event industry, so I still am going to work, and so I live in my car a lot. If you're a mom and you have kids that you're still taking to school and things like that, you get that. And in my car, I keep things like a box of donations that need to go to Goodwill. I keep in returns that I need to make. We're starting to get to the holiday season, and you're probably going to be doing a lot of online shopping like me, but there's going to be a time where you get something in that you've ordered and it doesn't work and you have to take it back somewhere. Maybe there's just a bunch of like clothes left in there. I know that happens for me, like extra shoes or sunglasses or scarves or things like that, that contain things you just need to get put away. So your car, for me, also contains items that speak to something that I have to do. So I check out my car. That's kind of taking everything out that doesn't belong, maybe wiping it down, cleaning it out inside, that kind of thing. So that is a inbox that you may not have thought of, your car. My next inbox is my bullet journal. So I keep my bullet journal here in my office, and this contains my quarterly plans, my monthly plans, my weekly plans, sort of all of the things that I want to do in a given time period. I have lots of plan with me's here on this channel that show you what I do in my bullet journal and what I keep track of. I'm going to go ahead and link November's up here so you can check that out if you want more detail on my bullet journal. But essentially this contains things that I have to do. So, I had to figure out how to register to vote this month. I had to re-enroll in our health insurance for the month, for next year. Things like that I keep in here, gifts to buy, etc., etc. So my bullet journal contains things that I have to do, and so that is an inbox for me. Along those same lines, I do have a paper planner. And I'm definitely a nerd, so if you feel like, why do you have a bullet journal and a planner, lady? I don't get it. I actually use a daily planner. This is a Day Designer daily planner. I have an academic year planner. I'll go ahead and link a tour for you up above if you want to see a full flip through of kind of like what's happening in this planner. But this is a daily planner, and so I use my bullet journal for annual plans, quarterly plans, monthly plans, weekly to-do lists, and things like that. But then I like having a to-do list and a schedule for every single day on paper. And so that's what I use this for. This is also where I keep like my full monthly calendar spreads. And your calendar contains things that you have to do, right? It has birthdays and anniversaries, work trips that you are going on, things you have coming up personally, or if you have kids, probably things that you have to do related to them during the week, like doctor's appointments, sports games, dance activities, those kinds of things. So my planner is another one of my inboxes. And then last but not least, you have your actual like digital inboxes, right? So you may have a physical inbox at work or at home, but you also have digital inboxes. You've got voicemail, you've got text messages, and you've got emails. And all of those things could contain things that you have to do. You have to call somebody back. You have to respond to that text from your sister about Thanksgiving. You need to return that email to your travel agent or to your coworker. Your digital inboxes are the other piece of the life inboxes that I check to see if there's anything that I have to do. So when I'm looking at my digital inboxes for my personal use, I'm just kind of scrolling through the last couple of text messages that I have in my inbox. Did I respond to them? Is there something I need to put on my calendar related to one of those? Do I need to call my grandma back because she left me a voicemail last week? Those types of things. I just want to clarify that going through my digital inbox doesn't actually mean that I'm responding to everything in that moment. It just means I'm keeping a list of those things that I have to do. So when I'm going through my text messages, I'm not necessarily responding to them, but I'm writing down on my to-dos that I do need to text someone back or email someone back or call someone back. Just wanted to make that clarification. When you go through your life's inboxes to sort of review what you have to do, you don't actually take action on them unless you want to, or have the time to, or it's easy, but you don't have to. The whole point is just to brainstorm a big list of all the things that you need to do and where you can check those things. And again, the whole purpose of going through your life inboxes is to help your brain rest and give yourself a handle on all of the things that you really have on your radar, on your plate, on your to-do list, things like that. one of the big focuses of the book is that unless you have a comprehensive list of everything that you have to do, you're going to feel like you have too much to do and you don't know what's all out there. You're going to feel anxious and stressed because you don't have a handle on the full scope of the things that you have to do. I hope you found this video helpful. This is the first video in my Getting Things Done series, which is all focused on how you keep a good handle on the things that you have to do so that your brain and your energy can focus on the things that are in front of you. You can feel present in the moment. And also, once you have the scope of everything you have to do, you know which things are the most important things to focus on, so you can be assured that at any given time you are working on the right to-dos. So that is the first video in the series. Look for more videos to come on this book. I will have the book linked down below and his website linked below if you want to buy any of the resources that he has there. Otherwise, keep following my series so you can learn how to implement the really impactful tips from this book into your own life. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I will be back for another video next week. I do want to share a quick programming tip. I am only going to be doing one video a week from here through the end of the year. I am trying to focus, based on some of the things I learned from this book, on doing less better instead of doing more halfway. And I so appreciate everyone on this channel who looks forward to my videos every week. I cannot tell you when I get a comment like that how much it means to me and how motivated it makes me to continue to make content here on this channel. But I would rather give you one video a week on a consistent day of the week that you can count on, and that is quality, instead of 2 videos that are sort of haphazardly posted whenever and are pretty good but not great, not super impactful. Especially as we head towards the end of the year, there's a lot of like New Year's content and stuff like that that I'm really excited to share with you. So I will be ramping up again, but I want to have a clear commitment to you and a commitment that I can honor to you, and so I will be doing one video per week from here on out. So I hope you enjoyed. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.